We begin in the Middle East, where German Chancellor Friedrich Merz will hold talks with regional leaders focused on consolidating the ceasefire in Gaza. Merz's first stop is Jordan's capital, Amman, for a meeting with King Abdullah. He'll then travel on to Israel to meet the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday. It's Merz's first trip to both countries as Chancellor. He'll seek to strengthen ties between Germany and Israel, which are strained by the war. Joining us now in studio is DW political correspondent Bernd Riggert. Now, Bernd, good to have you with us. We'll start with this visit to Jordan. Why exactly is this happening? Can you give us the context?
Well, the German Chancellor wants some input from the Palestinian side and also stressed that King Abdullah was very helpful in achieving this peace deal or the plan for peace now. And that's why Friedrich Merz also called the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, before he got on the plane, so that he has something to talk about also with Benjamin Netanyahu when he later travels to Israel. So he also wants to talk about the Palestinian side. He wants that the Palestinian Authority plays a role in Gaza in the future, something that Netanyahu fiercely rejects.
Now, we know Germany and Israel have this very strong relationship that goes back decades. And usually most German leaders, when they get into office, Israel's very high up their agenda and they visit very early. But not the case with Merz. Why is this?
Well, this is due to the circumstances, I would say. It's not about actually principal concerns in the relationship. When Merz was entering office, the Gaza war was in full swing, so they said it's better to wait a little bit. But the foreign minister, Wadefuhl, went there immediately, and also the president of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, has been in Israel since. And then over the summer, the relations got a little bit sour because Merz stopped weapons delivery to Israel, and now this is resolved. And so now in Berlin, they said now it's the right time to come. So it's a routine visit, actually, but under very extraordinary circumstances.
And give us more on that relationship, because Merz has also criticized Israel's actions in Gaza. So where do we stand now? Because there's still these commitments to deliver, for example, support and weapons to Israel. So where are we at the moment?
Well, the German government stresses that the principal relations have not changed. Germany stands by the side of Israel, defends the right of Israel, of course, to exist. This has not changed. But Merz also said, the Chancellor also said in August, this does not mean that he cannot criticize certain steps or policies of the government of Benjamin Netanyahu. He then said he did not understand why Netanyahu was so fearful or forcefully going against the population in Gaza at the time. That's why he suspended then parts of the weapon delivery. So the principles are not changed, and he was criticized for that also by Benjamin Netanyahu, and now we will see if the two guys can resolve that tomorrow when they meet.
You mentioned he had the conversation with, or would be having the conversations with the Palestinians, calling on Mahmoud Abbas for reform in the Palestinian setup. But at the same time, Prime Minister Netanyahu is not keen on the two-state solution debate. Where does this leave Chancellor Merz? Because he's got these two sort of opposing sides.
Yeah, Friedrich Merz is for the two-state solution. This is the official policy. And he also wants that the Palestinian Authority has a role in all this. Germany is also financing the Palestinian Authority to a certain extent. And Merz also said before he left that he wants to address the settlers' violence in the West Bank and also the policies of the Netanyahu government in the West Bank. So this might be a thorny issue. But on the other hand, Germany has no real leverage. He can talk about it, he can say his interests and his standpoint, but in the end, the Israelis don't care so much what Germany says because the political impact in the Middle East is relatively restricted.
And just quickly, on that note, what about aid? Can Germany do more for aid to get into Gaza?
Well, Germany is also appealing to the government in Israel to open the borders and to let more stuff in. German NGOs are delivering supplies in Gaza as good as they can, and Germany is also financing UN agencies that are trying to deliver stuff. So this is also a point that Merz will make in his talks with Netanyahu, but also here he has no real leverage to do that.
Okay. DW political correspondent Bernd Riegert, thank you.